Good afternoon once again, right here at the Northwest Sun. And of course, you are with your host, Valencia Andrews, right here. And I believe that me and you together forever will be able to build this country. And of course, I just want to introduce our podcast to you. And of course, probably the aim and the goal of what is it that we want to achieve as the podcast right here on the Northwest Sun. And I am your host, Valencia Andrews, the queen of the airwaves. Here in the Northwest Sun, our motto and the aim is to educate, we motivate, we encourage for you to be restored. We educate to motivate, encourage for you to be restored. And of course, we will be concentrating on different aspects of life, of which the first one will be your gender-based violence, and of course looking into all the different aspects that affects the gender-based violence, your myth, your dynamics, your causes, and of course also trying to check how to be able to curb against or to prevent or even to stop the gender-based violence, as it is one of the pandemic that is also has gone into a very high rise after the coming in of the COVID-19 right here on the Northwest Sun. Of course, we also be giving you the breaking news, which is your crime alert as well, or also the most of the current update that will be happening right in all the municipalities in South Africa. And of course, we are saying to you, stay with us, because this is very, very important that we know and you know that what is happening all around you. And of course, the crime alert letting you understand where to go. It's very important to know before you leave your house what to do and what not to do, especially during this time of December, where you will be walking around with your children, where they are snatching your bags and they are stealing while you're driving your car. Well, things like that. These are the news and the information that we are bringing into your houses, of course, and your homes, wherever you are. And of course, we believe that we'll also be bringing you a lot on the education on the drugs and substances as well, right here on the Northwest Sun, to make sure that we are bringing the families together. Remember, we educate, we motivate, we encourage for you to be restored right here on the Northwest Sun. Don't forget, I'm your host, Valencia Andrews, the queen of the airwaves. I'll be with you each and every single moment. Stay tuned. This is a very beautiful time, beautiful podcast, beautiful platform for you to be able to open your ears and your eyes, and you get motivated, you get restored, you get educated, you get encouraged, and looking forward to go through your day right here on the Northwest Sun. Stay very close right here, and I know that me and you together, we will go very far. I'm your host, Valencia Andrews. Stay close. Good morning once again. You are still with your hosts, Valencia Andrews, right here on the Northwest Sun. And of course, I am the queen of the airwaves, like I have promised you right here on the Northwest Sun. We're going to be bringing different issues, different teachings on the gender-based violence. And of course, looking into what is gender-based violence today, we understand that a gender-based violence, it is any harm that is of the following: sexually, and of course financially, and physically, emotionally. When a person is threatening you, verbally, it can also happen verbally. Gender-based violence, it is also whereby one is being deprived education. Gender-based violence, it is whereby you find also the two different family members, or probably even if there are two different genders, that's a female and a male, probably that are sharing a child, or maybe that are just having a a what you call it, a relationship together, and they turn into a physical fight, or maybe it can be a verbal fight, or it can be sexually, or there is a problem whereby now the one is actually depriving the other one financially, whereby probably you are married or something like that, and you are not financially supporting your spouse. So that it is actually called a gender-based violence. We see gender-based violence happening into a lot of cases, happening into women and children. But we have realized that the table has turned, where we actually found a lot of men also that are being affected, that are now currently being affected by gender-based violence. So we see the reason why we don't see a lot of men coming on board to go and report the cases of gender-based violence. It's simply because of the fact that they feel threatened, and they feel so down, and they feel like others will laugh at them. And probably when they go to the police, they feel like, as a man, they feel like their manhood is being stolen away from them. So gender-based violence, and in that case, those men end up being affected psychologically and emotionally. And what happens is, at the end of the day, they end up taking their lives, where we find a high rate of uh, um, suicide in terms of men. We find a lot of the high rate of suicide in terms of men, that is also coming from the gender-based violence. So in short, what we are trying to say right here is, gender-based violence is not only a case that affects children, it's not only a case that affects women, but it is it's a pandemic that affects the family, the whole family, as in the child fighting with the mother, the child abusing the mother abusing the child, the husband, or maybe the man abusing the woman, and vice versa, the woman also taking an advantage of abusing the man, either verbally or emotionally or psychologically, saying any other words that are not of good, especially in this case where you find unemployment rate has risen so high. So you find women in many cases speaking so many bad words to a man and bringing a man down. So emotionally and psychologically, this man end up getting so affected that he end up becoming physical, and end up now fighting, physically abusing this woman. So hence we are saying, as and when we continue into the depth, for now we only dealing with what is gender-based violence, and what causes gender-based violence, and who are those that are affected by gender-based violence. So as I've said to you, it is women, children, men, as well as toddlers. Man, you find a child is still so young, and you find the families fighting because of unemployment, fighting because of cheating one another and all that, and you're thinking that the toddlers are not feeling the environment. So the toddlers also, the child who's maybe 2-3 months, 1 month or something like that, these children also, they end up getting affected, and how they get raised in such a family that is being affected by gender-based violence. So gender-based violence is a pandemic that is affecting the whole world. And hence, right here in the Northwest Sun, we are making it our duty, we are making it our responsibility to make sure that we curb and we give you the necessary teachings, the necessary education, the necessary encouragement, the necessary motivation, so that we can be able to restore, as our motto is: educate, motivate, encourage, so that you can be able to be restored. So don't forget to tune in right here on the Northwest Sun, where we are bringing you all those beautiful teachings, so that you can be able to prevent by knowledge, because we understand that when you have knowledge, you will know how to live your life. You will know how to see the signs. You will know how to avoid. You'll know where to go and what to do, where to get information, where to get help, where to get assistance, so that that should not be recurring, so that we don't give birth to children that are continuously become gangsters, that are continuously becoming problematic at schools, to also disturb teachers, and of course to also disturb children to receive their education. And of course, everything is happening right here on the Northwest Sun. Remember, I said to you today, we are only dealing with what is gender-based violence, and I gave you the examples of gender-based violence, and of course, I gave you the idea as to how and who is actually affected when we're talking about a gender-based violence. And of course, I believe that as and when we continue, we're going to be bringing you a lot and lots of information. Just make sure that you stay tuned daily right here on the Northwest Sun, so that you can be able to get some more examples, some more practical examples, and of course, what to do when this happens, and where to go, and how to access all the resources that is just there in your corner, because everything is there. The help is there, the resources is there. All the different government departments, each and every single department, they have their responsibilities, and of course they have the task. For us is for us to only know when and how and what to say when we go and knock to all those different doors. You are tuning in to Northwest Sun, and of course I'm your host Valencia Andrews, the queen of the airwaves. We're speaking gender-based violence prevention, the meaning, the explanation right here on the Northwest Sun. Don't forget, stay tuned, and of course as we continue, we will be right back right here and the Northwest Sun. Stay close. Welcome once again. Let's quickly look into what is happening in our current news right here in the Northwest Sun. We find this morning at the Free State, the province of the Free State, we find the ex-boyfriend sentenced to life imprisonment for raping a 29-year-old woman. That we find also that the gender-based violence is continuing. We're looking into on Monday, on the 6th of December 2021, right at Hoopstad, the victim visited her boyfriend, and the ex-boyfriend arrived and fought the male person. Then he ran to report the incident to the police station. On the 13th of October 2019, a 29-year-old woman visited her boyfriend, and shortly her ex-boyfriend arrived. He attacked the current boyfriend. He ran to Hoopstad police station to report the accident, and the ex forcefully took the victim to his residence and raped her until the next morning. After the rape ordeal, she went to the police station to report the incident by registering a rape case. The case was assigned to the Detective Sergeant Ntomzoto Silemogo of FCS, and he managed to arrest a 40-year-old suspect. He was found guilty as charged by Hoopstad Regional Court, and on the 30th November 2021, Pello Johannes Daki was sentenced as follows: life sentence for rape, 2 years for assault, and 12 months on contravention of the court order. The District Commissioner of Lejwe-Leputswa, Major General Lerato Molale, welcomed his heavy sentence imposed on this rapist. We hope this heavy sentence will serve as a deterrent to would-be rapists, especially as we are celebrating the 16 days of activism against women and children. He further appreciated the thorough investigation conducted by the Detective Sergeant Silemogo attached to FCS, which led to this conviction. That brings us to the closure of what happened on and what's happening on our current news. And of course, when you look into exactly what's happening, it is all, of course, on gender-based violence. We believe that all this ordeal will come to an end, looking into what happened with the sentence and all that. And of course, Captain SAPS Stephen Takeng report from the communication office right at Lejwali Putswa. Don't forget that you are tuning into Northwest Sun, and I'm your host, Valencia Andrews. We're bringing it just as it is, just as beautiful as it is, just as raw as it is, right here on the Northwest Sun. Don't forget, stay close and stay tuned. And of course, we are with you each and every single time. When you need us, just make sure that you press the button, and we are here for you. Don't forget, we educate, we motivate, we encourage for you to be restored. I'm your host, Valencia Andrews. Stay close.
Hi guys, just please listen to this voice note, every one of you. I am in Orlando. I came to see Umtanamne, and I went to Orlando because there's money in my account. So I went to Capitec because I'm using Capitec, guys. Masifika laphayana ngihamba na three guys abangikhaphayo about same street with my child's father's place. Masifika guys laphayana imali ayiphumi ithi kodwa isleep imali bengikhipha u2000 ithi u2000 uphumile. There was a guy who was before me now the same thing isho njalo uguy athi aka understand. Okay, nami ngisho ngithi hayi kanjani ngoba imali iphuma kanjani ngoba ayikho kumina. And then the guy came after me, same thing, isleep usiyaphuma. Hayibo guys, the one guy esihamba naye wakhabozesile uthi ngeke ithi ngicheck ATM ufaka isandla la ngaphansi la kuphuma khona imali kuphume imali engakanani guys, and there was a car bephakile lapha yana Mercedes kwaphuma ama100 rands ama200 rands amaningi. I think it's close to like 8,000 or 10,000 imali besikhipha lapho. Ngicela ukutshela abantu bebamile nalabo ebadrowile sesibanikeza imali zabo abanye sibatholanga. Okay, yeah, I'm telling my sisterhood la ukuthi what happened. Yeah, I'll wait for you here guys. Mawuya ATM ithi imali ayiphumanga guys, wait, check nifaka isandla imali bayayibhlokha lapho ukuthi ingaphumi, bayayibhlokha. Hima ngibone into namhlanje mina bayibhlokha ukuthi imali zingaphumi, and ngithe mina like nalo muntu engihamba naye ngicela ubatshele. I'm telling my sisters in the arts, ngicela ubatshele.
Listen Joe, blocker should bafaka something laphana kwi-ATM ukuthi imali bese iblockeke wena keep i-receipt ithi uyidrowile usuyidonsile imali and yathi ukuthi uyidrowile and yathi mara ayiphumi kuwe emshinini, mara mama ufaka isandla uthi uzoyidonsa imali yaphume uyidonsa ngesandla
imali hey guys, hayibo nifake
imali zabantu
abayishile laphayana.
Yes.
Guys ngicela nicheke mayithi hayi imali ayiphumi, imali isuka istaki
faka isandla
ngaphakathi la kuphuma khona imali iyaphuma guys. See, we still shocked. Like I'm still in Orlando. We still shocked.
Can we go there? Mhlambe kunemali enye futhi said.
Angeke. Imali zabantu. We still don't believe ukuthi kwenzakaleni. You know, when you're hayibo.
This is bullshit.
Guys, sisterhood, my colleagues,
and my bank izokutshela ukuthi imali withdraw.
Kuphuma ama-slip athi uyidonsile imali kanti awuyidonsanga. Kanti imali ayiphumanga, iphumile istaki. Hey, bathu ngiyanicela guys, ngicela nibe careful, ngicela ni checken, ngicela nifake imali zenu ngaphansi la kuphuma khona imali. Yibathu sibona imhlola namhlanje.
Mfethu uye to the
ungene phakathi ebank ongcono.
Nearest bank branch ungene ukukhipha imali yakho khona or else kwi-ATM eduze nebank. Yeah, cool.
Hey mina ngicishe ngaluza imali yami guys namhlanje siyacela. Sikhuluma lento ngoba siphuma ukuyodraw la eOrlando eReeds. Yila sibone khona ukuthi kwenzakala kuphume imali engakanani. sabanikeza abanye abantu bebasequeuing, they were shocked. Hey bathung guys, ngiyacela be careful when you go and draw imali ilento is there's no money. Guys, ngiyacela there is money. Faka isandla la kuphuma khona imali yenu istakhe lapho bablockhe umshini. Bathung ibo yazini. Hayi guys, ngiyacela ngibona umhlola namhlanje.